Now, when you run in somebody's report, you're saying, have you ever been on birth control? Okay. A man or a woman would say yes. A man has the opportunity now to go and see, what does birth control do to my woman? Okay. That's the first line of order. You get to go look it up because you don't know. Go look it up. So a man has that option now. And guess what? He's never had that option before. Okay. At least not with a push. The next one. How many years have you been on birth control? Hold on. We have options here. Normally it goes 1 to 5, 5 to 10, and 10 to 25 for the dating age ranges. Okay. So you'll have these inside of most dating age ranges. Why do we ask this? Because now the black man has had the ability to look up, what does birth control do to his woman. Now he can look up, well, she says she was on it from, I don't know, 1 to 5 years. Okay. She was on it from 1 to 5 years. No, let's be a little more graphic. 5 to 10 years, because that's more normal. He gets to go look up what happens to his woman if she's on birth control for 5 to 10 years. He gets to go find testimonials, reviews, look up doctors. He can really get extensive. You know the way these bitches be saying how they go look men up when they get with them and go Google him and all this other stuff. They do all this stuff. A man has the option to look up stuff that's so important to health of the woman that he cares about. Okay? And he goes and he looks up. Damn. He say, damn, birth control for 5 to 10 years caused a lot of damage. I've seen all type of shit. You all right, sweetheart? Because he still loves her possibly, or things of that nature. And she say, yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. And you move on. Right? And you move right on, right? Now, you got that woman, she's been on birth control, and she's been on birth control for 5 to 10 years. And you ask her, or you get more information. Have you ever had a deletion or a miscarriage? Okay. Why? Why would the man ask that? Well, normally they just say it anyway. The women, they don't mind saying these 3 questions. These 3 questions right here, the women don't mind saying. Okay. So this is the reason why we ask, because these are 3 like socially friendly, these 3 questions right here, they don't mind. Okay. Now, have you ever had a deletion and or a miscarriage? Because they could have had both. They could have had both. Okay. So I don't even know what to say right here, but okay, she was on birth control so for that long, so she didn't have a deletion. So we're going to say no. Now he can understand why this woman never had a deletion or a miscarriage. Why? Because she's been on birth control for 5 to 10 years. That's why. Plus whatever else that he researched on how birth control could affect childbirth or whatever, and all these other things. But he can understand why she never had a deletion or a miscarriage. And then he also can understand, yes. So let's say she said, yes, I had one. The black man can now say, damn, this woman had a deletion or a miscarriage. She was on birth control for 5 to 10 years. So once she got off of birth control, she got pregnant and then she had a deletion, or before she got on birth control, either way. And he has, with those 3 questions, he has some options. He has some, if he cares or anything like that, which we will enforce, we will help men to want to care, right? He gets to really decipher this stuff. And from these questions right here, he would say, damn, if he did any research, he would say, well, damn, the mentality of this woman can't be normal. And then maybe he'll say, well, you know, everybody's doing it now or whatever. But he got to know this is not normal, especially if he could possibly get when she started, when she got off, and all of that other stuff. So the man has so much information to just go from right there. I mean, it's beautiful. Now, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. And let's talk about the woman. Right? Now, if a woman, thank you for the pause. So the tool is really teaching brothers how to be box investigators. Right. The score for now is really about fun and a rough idea of box quality. Right. Right. This is serious work. Now, for the women, it works just as well. You got a woman dressed in Louis Vuitton and a woman dressed in rainbow. Okay? The woman dressed in Louis Vuitton, she has had deletions and miscarriages. She's been on birth control for goddamn 10 to 25 years. No, 5 to 10. 5 to 10 years. And you know, so as a woman who can only afford rainbow, and the other woman who has Louis Vuitton, she's like, damn, you really contaminated your body, sis. And that woman can feel good. She might not have Louis Vuitton, but she know that she did right by her health. And she knows she did right by every man that fucked her. She didn't have that. She know that she didn't have all of this stuff on her pussy that her homegirl got. And not letting men just dance in that shit. It's so empowering. And like I say, that's just 3 questions because those are the most friendly questions. Okay.